All right, I'm on hole number 5 of the digital tournament. We're also on hole number 5 of the Milano. Let's check. I need coffee. My voice started getting scratchy. I'm just shooting one after the next. So whatever happens, happens. You're getting the walkthrough. We're looking at the holes. We're getting a practice round. We're getting the whole 9 yards. All in one hole at a time. That way, if you ever need to go back to this hole, we can do the deal. Now, there are several ways that you can play this hole. You can play off the island. There is a rough bump that you can do. I'm not so sure that I'm not going to do the rough bump. I do like this island shot, though. And you can come at it, especially if you're playing from the upper divisions. And if you've got midline clubs, there's certain winds that it's super dangerous to play down in here because it gets totally distorted. And that you may have to bring it in from the left. And this is pretty much if it goes in, like, it's a miracle shot, but you do have a shot from over there. But I believe there is a rough bump that they're not showing here. Let's check it out. We're just going to go play it. And I'm not going to worry about if I time out. I want to find out which way is the best way to go for hole in one. If I remember correctly, if we're playing off the island, there was a small adjustment that we did, but I can't remember what it was. I'm just going to take a straight up shot. I'm just going to do 1 for 1. And I normally play off the island, but I'm pretty sure if you bring out right at max club, so and with a 3 power ball, there is a nice rough bump that you can do here. It'd really be nice if you had a low wind ball so you wouldn't have to involve that sand. There's a nice rough bump right there. But from right here, I think I can use a nav. Got here where I can see what the hell's going on. 2-9. And it just seems like I need to do a little more. Just 2-9. Do 3-1. Oh, and it jumped over to freaking girl on the other side. I couldn't get all the way down to my rings. Usually it's a pretty good indication if you can't get down to your rings. If you can't get down to the point where you can count the blades of grass, you're probably having to do some type of elevation adjustment. And for those of you that do the wind ring method, which I don't understand why there's enough information out there. If you're brand new to the channel, I can guarantee you that there's enough information on my channel. There's like 4,500 videos. And like the wind ring methods, and I shot a bunch of videos at the very beginning, and those basic principles at the very beginning are the same exact things that we're doing now. Dunner uses an app. My buddy Dunner. I use a calculator and a piece of paper. I'm old school. His way obviously works because he's a really, really good golfer. Into hole. All right. Birdie. Need to drop a few holes here every now and then. I didn't on that one. I don't know why. Into hole. All right, let's look at that hole. Let's look at it. The Milano, hole 4, par 3. I'll have to go back and look. Definitely hit it great. That told us nothing. But this is definitely a hole-in-one-able hole, and there is a rough bump down here. Now, I had a power 3 ball, and with my Grizzly, My red line was like right there. So, and the thing was, is that I had, if I can zoom in on it and see how close I can get, I only had in the lane that I was in to go to the cup. In here, I only had 2 rings. So in Ricky, because we have low winds, if you're playing in here and you're 2 rings out, if you can keep the wind below 2, you can stay on that rough pad no matter which way the wind's blowing. But if the wind's blowing higher than 2 and the wind's coming from the sand where you have to involve the sand was distorting the rings. What I normally do is you'll get in this area and you've got the last ring that's on there, and then you got the ring that's getting distorted by the sand, and then they're all getting distorted by the sand. I look up here into this area and try and imagine if the line came through where the line's at, and I try and stay within that line, but I try not to involve sand with my shots. So in a power 2 ball, this is a prime example of a hole that you need to bring out a Goliath, because a Goliath will give you distance forward with a power 3 ball because it hits max club, and and it's got bigger rings. Now the deal is that how tight a 1 ring is versus a 2 ring. You may not be able to get 2 solid rings in the rough, but the rings are like 1.8 to 2.1, somewhere in that neighborhood, depending on what level you have it in. This is a prime hole for a Goliath. Prime. I guarantee you that Dunner will be using a Goliath on this hole, and he'll be doing this rough bump. But this shot off the island is nice too, but the thing with the island is it gives you more rings. So it gives you a good solid 3 before you get to the rough, so you can work out wind in Ricky with not such a good ball. There you go. There you have it. That was hole number 4. Thanks for watching.